So on January 30th, 2021, the Rams traded Jared Goff, 2 first-round picks and a third-round pick to get Matt Stafford, who, this was an interesting trade at the time. Obviously, the Rams went on to win a Super Bowl. The Lions are now looking to be in good position where they're probably going to be favored in the divisional round now after beating the Rams in the wild card round, which was a very fun game. I figured it could be fun to do a retrospective. I thought about doing this before the game, but I figured, the Rams-Lions game is kind of additional context that could help this video out. So I'll give it a week and now do the, the retrospective on what happened here. So this was the overall trade for, both teams. You had Jared Goff go to the Lions along with a 2022 first, a 2022 second, and a 2022 third, which was used to select Afitu Melifonwu there. The Rams, they just got Matt Stafford back. That was it. That was all they needed. They didn't need any extra, 7th round pick or anything like that. So for them, it's pretty simple. That's what you give up, and that's who you get. And I think we should start off right away with the Rams by saying they absolutely won the trade in the sense of they got what they needed out of the trade. What they did worked. They won a Super Bowl with Matt Stafford. He was incredible in that postseason run. They do not win that Super Bowl with Jared Goff, in my opinion. I think the value that Stafford brought to the team in that run was absolutely worth, 100 first round. Okay, maybe not 100, but, a lot of first round picks you would give up to win a Super Bowl. At the end of the day, that is the goal, and they were able to do it. So Rams, very happy with how things broke down. But for the Lions, again, things get a little complicated because you notice I didn't say which players they selected in 2022 and 2023, and it's because there was a lot of trades, and that's why you see a lot of these trade retrospective things, but it gets a little complicated because usually in the draft, teams don't just select where they're at. There's a lot of trading up and down, so going to take a little bit more time to figure out exactly what the Lions got out of this trade and what they lost in this trade. In 2022, they traded away the 32nd overall pick. They also gave up the 34th pick and the 66th pick to move up to pick number 12 to get Jameson Williams, who, I thought was going to be a superstar. Hasn't really lived up to that, largely due to, I think, injuries and the suspensions. Hasn't really gotten be in the rotation fully, but has made some nice plays. It's still been a piece for the Lions. Also, Josh Pascal has been a nice kind of rotational piece for them so far. Lewis Seen and Brian Asamoah for the Vikings are barely getting playing time, and then Christian Watson is, he had a really, I thought, promising rookie year, has not lived up to the hype in year 2. Again, can't really stay healthy. So in this situation, even with Williams kind of being disappointing, still pretty clearly a win right now for the Lions. Then just this past draft, they traded back with the Cardinals. The Cardinals went up to get Paris Johnson Jr., a tackle that they liked, who's looked, I wouldn't say terrible, but not great in a rookie season. It's looked okay. We'll see what he can do in year 2. Also, they gave up a pick for Tajay Spears. So, interesting situation there. Whereas for the Rams, maybe the highlight of this trade, to be honest, is pick 34 with Sam Laporta. And Jaren Gibbs has played really well for them as well. So a couple of nice pieces here for them. I think Laporta's been fantastic. Pick 168, once again, they traded, so we're going to have to get a little bit deeper here. Actually, real quick before I do that, I should just mention Tajay Spears had a nice season for Tennessee. Yes, for Tennessee. If a team trades someone out, kind of the way I'm doing this, you might be a little confused about why it's Christian Watson and, Tajay Spears on the list. So the Lions traded with the Cardinals. Those are the picks they gave up. I'm not going to figure out who the Cardinals then traded, with to get the 81 pick and what happened there. I'm just, whatever the pick was, that's because that's what they gave up at the end of the day. So that's how I view that. But yeah, for pick 168, once again, the Lions made a trade. They actually went up to get pick 96. Broderick Martin is someone who, I don't know, maybe he's been a fine, again, he's contributed for the Lions, so you'll take that. Hasn't been something to write home about necessarily, but he's contributed. And then a few players for Arizona who aren't really anything to write home about. So that's the, that's the full trade. So this is the overall list of what the Lions gave up and got. What they got is to the left, which again, Goff, Melifonwu's he's been a solid rotational piece. In fact, a lot of players I would say that the Lions got have been solid rotational pieces. I mean, Melifonwu, Williams, Pascal, and Martin have all contributed in one way or another. The big names for the Lions, first Jared Goff, who, again, the question to Jared Goff is always like, is he a guy you pay big money to? But actually, him getting, him getting $30 million almost seems like a reasonable deal at this point with how some of these contracts are, although still, he's added value to the Lions for sure. There's no denying that. He's played very well especially this season. I thought he's played great. And then Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs are two other players that have just straight up been like starters for them. So you get kind of three starters, one of them being at the most important position. Definitely they've added value that way. Again, who did they give up? They gave up some stuff too. It's not to me, this doesn't look like a guaranteed, walloping that the Lions got back or anything like that. Because again, Matt Stafford's still a very good quarterback. I think Matt Stafford is better than Jared Goff, even though I do like both of them as quarterbacks. But I think that for the Lions, I don't know if, I don't know what you would rather have, I guess, Stafford or Goff, because Goff's so much younger. The age just has to be factored in. I don't know how much longer Stafford's going to do this, especially with the injuries he's had year after year. I don't know how many years he still has left. So having someone who's a lot younger for a younger team is probably the better move. I know Lions fans would probably rather have Goff at this point. To me, I think it's still a debate, but I totally see why Lions fans would feel that way. And again, some other pieces, I think Paris Johnson could still be good. I think Tajee Spears has played well. Christian Watson has, again, shown moments, but to me, there's no denying the supporting cast that the Lions got back has been a significant upgrade. So, again, for the Rams, what I guess I would say is for the Rams, you don't look at this trade and say, oh my God, what have we done? You look at this trade and say, oh my God, what have we done? Because you won a Super Bowl with this, and while you gave up some pieces, some guys that would help you, it was totally worth it. And for the Lions, I think that you still look at this and say, yeah, this was a win. I'll be honest too. I think if they didn't make this trade, if everything else goes equal, I still think they're a playoff team because I think that they did so much else really well. For one thing, they just drafted very well, especially in late in rounds. They've drafted very well. I haven't loved every pick, but I'm never going to love every pick a team makes. They've done a very good job with a lot of the stuff that they have done, and also the Dan Campbell thing. They found the right coach, and that's the biggest part of why they've been able to do this, but also getting the extra draft capital, getting these extra contributors really does help. Because again, I don't think it can be understated how much value there is in getting just 7 different guys, because that was 6 different guys plus a starting quarterback that can come in and help. I mean, that's so much value there, and only gave up, maybe a few that would have helped in return. So just getting the extra players, huge part of why the Lions are in great shape. I think they're going to get to the conference championship, and we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.